Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So it looks like Trump's auto tariffs are officially a thing, and this brings with it a lot of different question marks. A lot of question marks for domestic US buyers, a lot of question marks for cars exported from the US. Again, Tesla just the other month warned about the fact they could see retaliatory tariffs in a lot of the markets that they sell in. And again, Tesla as a car firm is not immune. A lot of people think because Tesla cars are made in the US, they are immune, but in the reality of it, right, they sell cars abroad, other countries can slap a tariff on their products, but on top of that, this also applies to auto parts, and no car company makes all of its auto parts in the US. This has been discussed, so Tesla can still be impacted. However, today's topic is not actually about Tesla. It's about a different automaker. It's about Ford, as Ford have been speaking about this, with the CEO coming out and discussing a number of things. So the last couple of days, we've seen automakers from a number of different brands, right? All different automakers from all around the world having their opinions on tariffs. And this one comes from a little bit of a while ago, right? This one comes from the 6th of February, but it still speaks volumes about the impact that this could all have on Ford. So the Ford CEO warns that Trump's tariffs could wipe out billions in profits if they're long lasting. So the Ford CEO, Jim Farley, has a message for Trump and the administration. Our profits will be run over if you hit the world with tariff hikes. There's no question that the tariffs, the 25% level from Canada and Mexico, if they are protracted, would have a huge impact on our industry, with billions of dollars of industry profits wiped out, and adverse effects on the US job market, as well as the entire value system in our industry. Tariffs would also mean higher prices for consumers, Farley said, around the time that this article was written. So Donald Trump has essentially put these tariffs into place now, right? And this comes from a time before it happened. But this has been a concern ever since the question actually aired. What impact would tariffs have? Not just, again, for the automakers themselves, but for consumers. Very likely, it's going to mean increased prices. Very likely, it's going to mean extra issues going forwards. We're hearing analysts, professionals speaking about the fact that even if US car brands who do not produce all their products in the country were to move all of their products manufactured to the country, it was still going to take years and cost billions of dollars. It's basically very unlikely. So the tariffs could inject chaos into auto supply chains, experts say. The auto industry accounts for 26% of imports from Mexico to the US and 12% from Canada, UBS researchers estimated. Farley believes that tariffs for a few weeks would be manageable, but after that, they would become painful to the company's top and bottom lines. We believe, based on our conversations in DC with the Trump administration and congressional leaders, that they are committed to strengthening and not weakening our nation's auto industry, Farley said. This is certainly our expectation, and we look forward to working with our leaders to make that happen and become a reality, because they understand and appreciate how vital the industry is for jobs, our economy, and national security, and the communities across the country. So Farley's blunt remarks on tariffs come essentially on the heels of a mixed 2024. While the full year sales rose 5% from the prior year, earnings per share actually dropped by 7%. The company weighed in a large $5 billion operating loss on its Model E electric vehicle division. So yeah, it's a tough time for Ford anyway. It's a tough time for a number of automakers. You know, we've seen a number of issues, Ford's share price falling at the time. This is a challenging time anyway. It's been a challenging time for a brand like Ford for quite some time, for a number of different reasons actually. But slap onto that tariffs, again, if these are long term, which it possibly could be, it could have devastating impacts. It could have devastating consequences again for Ford's top and bottom lines. This is just not going to be good news, or it could have the potential to be very bad news. Again, what is this going to lead to? Most likely a increase in prices for consumers, most likely a decrease in profits for business, probably a lose-lose for everybody. GM produces its highly profitable pickup trucks in Mexico and relies on the plant to make EVs such as the Blazer and Cadillac Optic. It has 5 large assembly plants in Canada and 2 in Mexico. Ford manufactures 12% of its products in the two countries. These brands have been making products overseas, or not even overseas, but in Canada and Mexico for a very long time. Very long time. The likelihood that they're going to be able to switch everything so quickly, and to say that's not going to have supply chain disruption and cost a lot of money, which could further adversely impact the companies themselves and consumers, well, it's worrying, right? And again, Tesla have been speaking about this in the last couple of weeks. We're now seeing Ford speaking about this. This is just the reality of the situation regarding these tariffs. It's a tough time. It's a tough time, and it absolutely could make things a lot more challenging for some of these auto manufacturers. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope I'll see you soon. Goodbye.